What's this? Revealed UK government's secret deal with Israel. Let's have a look.
Keir Starmer's government is lying to you. They have claimed that the government is not exporting F-35 parts directly to Israel.
Where we are directly selling F-35 parts to Israel, where we were selling parts directly, that is now suspended.
According to damning new evidence, this is a lie. This new evidence shows that the government is still directly exporting components for F-35 fighter jets to Israel, which are dropping £2,000
Oh my God.
bombs, slaughtering people in Gaza at this very moment. The government is not just complicit in the war crimes and genocide taking place in Gaza, it is an active participant. David Lammy, the Foreign Secretary, pretends that the
They're supplying them, innit?
weapons we are selling to Israel are being used for defensive purposes.
Much that we send is defensive in nature. It's not what you would describe routinely as arms.
But this report shows that that
Defensive and not arms.
is categorically untrue. The government deliberately shrouds this issue in secrecy, but the new report uncovers the scale of goods being sent to Israel.
Jesus Christ, 150,000 bullets.
Over
Flamethrowers, so many
60,000
stuff.
military goods. The government has lied to Parliament and to the public.
We continue,
it's not
as
good.
I've said, to do all we can to support the people of Gaza.
David Lammy is lying to you. Every bomb dropped,
To support them.
every person killed,
By supplying the bombs being dropped on them. What?
bears the stain of British support. This isn't a
What sort of shit is that?
crisis.
What
It
are
is
they doing?
genocide. It is extermination. And those
This is terrible. The Palestine thing is terrible, man. I've spoke about it.
aren't my words, but the words of the UN Commission of Inquiry. In response to the public's demands for a full arms embargo, Keir Starmer's government announced a 10% ban on arms exports going to Israel, citing that there was a clear risk that they could be used in violations of international humanitarian law. That is why they claimed to stop exporting component parts for F-35 fighter jets, described as the most lethal fighter jet in the world by its own manufacturer. 15% of every F-35 is built here in the UK. Without this critical support, these lethal fighter jets would not be flying in the air, dropping £2,000 bombs, burning civilians alive. By the government's own admission, shipping these components to Israel presents a clear risk of violating international law. This Labour government is lying to all of us and making our country complicit in genocide and war crimes. And they will be in court on this.
The judge has ruled that legal challenge to UK arms exports to Israel can move forward in the High Court, with the case set to focus on the government's decision to continue sending F-35 fighter jet components that could end up in Israel planes.
Issue next week, with the legal challenge being brought by Al-Haq and Glan over ongoing arms sales to Israel, breaching both the UK's domestic and international obligations. Our government is willing to burn international law and undermine international institutions to protect Israel.
We stand with Israel and we recognise her right to self-defence.
We are repeatedly told that there isn't money to end child poverty, to stop pensioners from freezing in their homes, to provide disabled people with support. But there is a bottomless pit of money for defence and logistical support for...
Yeah. For death. Money for death, for sure. But money for life? Nah.
Israel's
What a pity, innit? What a shame.
genocide in Gaza, including RAF surveillance. We are witnessing the first live stream genocide on our TVs and our phones.
Unbelievable.
This is changing the world.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's telling us that international law doesn't mean...
And it's been going on for years. Before I was born, before probably many of us were born. Bloody hell. Enough's enough, innit?
It's telling us that people can be killed with impunity and the world will look the other way, and that free speech is only free speech for some. In the UK, protests in solidarity with Palestine are being cancelled, and Holocaust survivors are being interviewed by the police for attempting to put down flowers in the memory of dead children in Gaza.
Huh? What? The fuck? They're getting questioned. Holocaust survivors are getting questioned for wanting to put down flowers for the dead children in Palestine. We're cooked.
If only all the
Cooked.
energy being used by politicians and our media to attack musicians who dare to speak up against the genocide in Gaza was actually used to hold politicians to account. The same politicians
Crazy.
that are selling arms to Israel and providing diplomatic cover to a state that is on trial at the ICJ under the Genocide Convention.
Fucking
a
hell.
state whose
Yeah.
military and political leaders have ICC arrest warrants issued.
Yeah, they literally have ICC arrest warrants for them, and not a country is honouring it. That's the international court. Completely cooked. Completely cooked.
Against them, a state that has killed over 20,000 children. History will judge those who have perpetrated the genocide against the Palestinian people and every single person that has facilitated it. The vast majority of the British public are on the right side of history. They want an arms embargo.
Majority of voters in the UK back banning arms sales to Israel is poll finds.
And they want the British government to stop facilitating genocide. It's time to listen to the voice of the British people. No more lies. The British government must end
people are
all
speaking,
arms
didn't
sales
they?
to Israel now.
You have to listen to the people, and the people have spoken.
The mainstream media is doing a pathetic job holding the government to account. That's why it's so important to support independent media like Double Down News.
She's
who
right.
do an
Double
amazing
Down
job
News
in holding
is great.
power to account. So if you can, please support them on Patreon.
Yeah, interesting. We've seen a few videos from this channel, and it's always very informative and sort of eye-opening to the sort of situation that's going on. It's worth it if you've got an open mind and you're willing to see. Then yeah, give them a follow. I'll put it in the description as always. Great video. And terrible situation. Humans, what are we doing? What are we up to over here, humans? What sort of stuff do we do here? We're busy with it. We're busy with this sort of stuff. This is what we're up to. Anyway,